Good afternoon, East Hampton and community. Welcome. It's always a pleasure to be here at LTV. Today, we have a very special guest that I am very proud to introduce. He is a remarkable athlete, outdoor enthusiast. His name is Jimmy Minardi. Jimmy is a former professional cyclist. He is a certified personal trainer. He is a certified yoga instructor. He is a certified snowboarder. He is an avid surfer. He is an ocean rescue instructor and the founder of East End Ocean Rescue. Let's meet this truly dynamic, incredible guy that motivates clients throughout the country for the last 30 years. Jimmy.
Wow, that was quite an intro.
Yes.
So, wow, I do all that?
Yes, you did.
Yeah, the only thing we haven't led the ski patrol. And
Right.
I would have added the whole thing right up
Well,
there. But that was
okay.
awesome. I couldn't even done that. So
Okay,
thank you.
very good.
I'll get a tape of that.
Okay,
So
super.
study that.
So Jimmy, how did you get started in fitness? And if you would, talk to us a little bit about your cycling career.
Okay, briefly, fitness. I'm from the I'm 58. I'm from the exercise generation, and highly motivated by all the great coaches I've had, both at Southampton Elementary and middle school,
Super.
and of course right here at East Hampton High School.
Great.
So fitness was a big. We speak for our bodies, so that was a
Right.
big part of our scholastic studies as well. So, and highly encouraged. And of course, my dad was an ocean guard, and he was an athlete.
Okay.
So there's a lot of influences there. My high school PE coach, Mike Burns, was a huge influence on the fitness crusade. So there's like a lot of little kind of pieces of the puzzle.
Okay,
To mention
beautiful.
a few.
Okay, super.
Yeah.
And you love the great outdoors.
Yes.
And that led you to your cycling. Talk to us a little bit about your cycling career.
I was a hockey player, and I blew
that.
my shoulders out. I was playing like AAA hockey in LA. It was on these like teams, various teams, and I blew my shoulders out. And I remember going in the orthopedic says, "Well, you know what? A lot of hockey players like riding bikes." Mm-hmm. And I always had bikes growing up and stuff. So that led to triathlons, that I did that, and then I picked up sponsors. And then I started doing bike racing as well in the late 80s, mid to late 80s, on top of triathlon. So I was on the triathlon circuit, the USTS triathlon circuit, did that for like 5 years. I was also a 5,000, 10,000 meter runner in graduate school there in San Diego. And then that kind of bled into, hey, you should be a bike racer. I went on a group ride with one of the former Olympic coaches.
Yeah,
I
also read that you trained and raced with Lance Armstrong, Ray LeMond.
All of that was a lot of highlights there, and that's just to mention it too. Greg and Lance are, amazing athletes, but there's probably about 75 to 100 others that are also amazing. Cyclists. I don't have time to mention them all, but very good friends of mine. We're still very good friends.
Right, and I know you cycle here and you cycle out west.
Yep, I cycle out here with clients mostly, and then I live in Snowmass, Colorado, and I also have clients in Santa Barbara, Montecito.
You got some hot spots there.
I got some really,
Some real hot spots.
Not by plan. It just happened on its own where I have clients.
Everybody should have that kind of a plan.
The thing was, I didn't have a plan and it happened. I didn't go like, hey, I'm going to be a cycling coach. So everything just kind of happened on its own and then on goodwill.
So now I know that for about the past 22 years, you've been doing Minardi training.
Yes.
And Minardi training encompasses many different things, from surfer yoga to some martial arts, weightlifting. Talk to me a little bit about Minardi training.
Briefly, it's four components or four disciplines that I feel like I've at least mastered enough to share. I don't teach, I just share.
Okay.
Minardi beach workout, I'm sharing with you. Minardi martial arts or for the lack of better word, surfer yoga, because there's a lot of my martial art training that's woven in my yoga practice. On top of...
Is surfer yoga, just to ask you, is that only meant for surfers, or is that just a term that you use?
Oh, it's just a term.
Okay.
It's a term that came up by accident. I taught with Tom and Beryl Birch,
Okay.
Tom Birch and Beryl Bender. I went through their whole program. I got a few teacher trainings from them, and then of course some various other teachers, retreats that I've been to improve my teaching.
So with surfer yoga, is that all done on the belly, like doing a cobra?
Well, no, it's basically an Ashtanga practice that I learned, a hybrid Ashtanga practice that I actually learned from Beryl,
Okay.
my master teacher, and my other master teacher, Ryan Bessler of Yasa Yoga in California. Also,
Very
I
nice.
threw in a lot of the stabilization and mobility philosophies that are encompassed by martial arts. I did 20 years of jiu-jitsu with Mark Tuttle right here in East Hampton, and then some Subakto and Kung Fu in California. So I kind of made this little potpourri of what I think is the best poses for the American diet.
Yes.
And it came up with surfer yoga, and I just called it yoga. The only reason it was called surfer yoga is because a lot of surfers would go to my yoga.
Well, sure.
And I heard one time I was out in the parking lot, and there was a couple girls shooting. Were all those? I heard these girls talking. Well, we're going to Jimmy's yoga class,
Right.
Now, what's the name of it? And then what does he teach? Like, it's all those cute surfer boys that go, or surfer guys. And I went, that's the name, surfer yoga. So it's not. I don't like catchy names and stuff.
Okay.
But that's just what I called it because it named itself.
Right. Well, I had the good opportunity to train with you last week on Main Beach in East Hampton.
That was good.
And it was amazing. It was awesome. One thing I was saying was that I didn't think that I was able to run anymore. I do yoga myself, but I had to run in your class on the sand in an obstacle course. And now, for the past week, I've been running. And it's been so motivating and so much fun. But anyway, let's
Good.
talk a little bit
No,
more
you did
about
great.
your beach yoga in East Hampton on Main Beach.
Oh, beach yoga.
Well, your beach, not yoga, your beach workout.
Oh, the beach workout. Yeah, the beach workout.
workout.
That goes way back. I mean, the origin of it and how I developed it, it's something that goes way back to my childhood. It wasn't like, let me train clients. And again, I'm just sharing with you, my dad was a football coach. I grew up by the beach in Southampton, grew up by the beach here in Georgia, by the beach. Being 5'7", your height is not going to reward you so much, but your speed and agility will,
And
as my
strength.
dad would say.
And strength.
And determination, of course.
Right.
So my dad taught me, and actually a football coach in Southampton, Coach Sweet, I don't know if he's still around or not, and Mr.
Okay.
Romanowski, hey, you want to be strong and fast, go down the beach, run up and down the dunes.
That's right.
So I would set up sticks and tennis balls, because my dad was a tennis coach, so we always had tennis balls around as well. And so he'd set up like little obstacles, and that kind of morphed into the beach workout.
Yes, which is
So-
what we have a few apparatus here, just that
Yeah, we got
you
a
keep.
cone. This is one of the couple little obstacles, but in a sense, we're not really so much running, which I turned you on to, but we're training. We're doing drills for skills out on the beach workout, which will enhance your running. I have a lot of runners, a lot of athletes, a lot of college athletes, pro athletes. I have the Navy SEALs out there. I got a lot of people in the Marine, if anyone's in the armed forces, that's why I have all the flags that represent all the branches that I've trained with
You
me.
need a true fitness enthusiast and challenger.
They love it.
Love
So,
to
love it.
participate in your workouts.
One of the Navy SEALs I was training said to me, he goes, it's so good to be back in the sand.
Yeah,
So it was fun. It's been fun. So I have a nice mix of different athletes down there that enjoy all the things I've learned over the years on stabilization and mobility. Stable and mobile rules.
And how often is I know it's the end of summer now, of course, we're going into fall, but for the summer months, what is your schedule?
In the summer, I'm out there every day,
Okay.
down in my little spot. I hide down there because I don't want to interfere with people enjoying the beach or the public beaches. So I'm way down by the jetty, pretty much from June until now. So that's normal that I'm here this time of the year. Usually I head back to Snowmass and then California.
Great.
But with the virus, as we know, everything changed,
Sure.
everything. So I'll be here for another couple weeks. But I've been here year round, and we just ran them year round. I would dress my clients in Gore-Tex and Thermax, and Merrill outdoor.
And what about the heart rate monitor? I know that's a very
heart rate
big...
monitor is mandatory in everything I teach except yoga. In the vinyasa weight training, and the beach workout, and of course the private cycling program I have, which is was very abundant
Right.
and it just blew up. I actually have to like, can't take everyone at once because I do it one-on-one in small groups.
And how far do you go when you do that?
We don't
generally.
I go by time and I go by intervals. We do speed, strength, power. We do cadence drills, balance drills. We're outside on the road, so there's a lot that goes into riding a bike, a lot more than you think. So I kind of take you through the whole speed, strength, power, endurance, and of course we do agility. So you're only as good as your weakest link. As far as road safety, big part of Minardi training.
Right.
That's what I teach the clients first. You can be a strong cyclist, but poor on the road.
That's right.
So I teach. We start off with that, and then I'll morph into cadence drills, speed drills. We do out of the saddle drills. So we do all drills for skills, right? And then and then my clients enjoy their little weekend bike shop, bike races, and they do very well on them. And plus, they enjoy their own cycling as well, and on their own time.
Great.
So.
Talk to me a little bit about your diet.
Diet's simple. I love blueberries. I love sushi.
Okay.
I don't eat much. I nibble. I just graze.
But you told me you like to chew.
I chew all my food. I don't believe in juicing. Don't waste your money on juicing. Chew your food. Digestion starts in your mouth. Why do you think you have teeth?
What about a smoothie?
That's for fun. I drink smoothies for fun.
Okay.
That's like let's have a smoothie.
Okay.
Sit here and make it look like I'm all healthy. But I chew all my food. I chew my veggies. I chew, and I just nibble. And I go to bed with the sun, and I get up with it.
That's great. And I know alcohol is not a big part of your life.
No, I don't like to. No, that's because I don't go out. But you go to bed with the sun, you miss that a lot. You think about it. I'm in bed like it's 7:30 now.
Really? Well, you're up at what time?
I get up with the sun. I do all summer because I do all the reporting for Ocean Rescue. So I have to be up anyway. I get up every day. I've done this for 5 years. I get up with the sun and I drive the truck on the beach and I look for all the rips and I report. I'm an official NOAA rip current forecaster, and I report directly to NOAA. Okay. And I've been doing that for about 5 years.
And that is every day?
Every day. I get up and I call into NOAA and I give them the ocean conditions, water temperature, swell direction, my prediction is of the rip activity for the day and how we should post it, either none, low, moderate, or high rip current.
That's fantastic.
Yeah, I love it.
That's awesome.
Love it. It's all for the East Hampton community. I also have the rip current camera up now. So
and training of lifeguards? I mean, do you do
they'll
that?
come down. The lifeguards run down from Main Beach and they run through the obstacle course. We're going to expand that next year now that my brother is won. So we're going to.
Yes, that's wonderful. Congratulations.
Yes, they did a great job. So we're going to make the East Hampton Village Ocean Rescue top notch. And it's been a while. So we'll have the lifeguards doing a lot more of that.
Necessary and important component to enjoying our beach life and our ocean life.
Absolutely.
And safety's got to be number one.
Yes. And it's important for a community that, our beach is that's our attraction.
Yes.
Like remember in the Jaws movie with the water, like you can't mess that up, dude. This is where we make our money, man. So our beaches are our income.
Yes.
Take the beaches away and see what happens. People was like, well, East Hampton's a cute little town, but no, we got the most beautiful beaches in the world.
That's right.
And we want them safe.
Correct.
And that's what I help do, especially in the village, with the rip current signs and the cards and the ads and the non-for-profit I run.
Yeah.
So it's a lot of work.
You've had many write-ups, and I know you've been on many TV shows, Today's Show and the Steve Show, and
I good memory. I forget about that. Yeah. Dr. Steve was great. I was on Fox, and I was on the Today Show with the Ocean Rescue, and I've been in about every fitness magazine. I think I've been in over 150 different magazines and newspapers. But
I know.
These are my favorite. This was great this summer.
Tell me about
the Purist was amazing. These are rip current cards that my non-for-profit. I print these up. I pay for them. I manage all. I give out about 2,000 of these a summer to beachgoers, and I have the boxes as you enter the beach with the rip current card. I've been talking about rip currents now for 20 years.
Okay.
And now it's fun.
Listen,
it's fun.
Most people don't know about rip currents.
That's it's all about awareness, right? That's why we take yoga, It's all about awareness. And I put the first rip current sign up on Long Island, right down here at Main Beach about 6 years ago.
Fabulous.
And then now they go all the way out to Montauk. And
I mean, you got to be careful. I mean, the ocean is the ocean.
It's
and
awareness.
It's awareness.
I'm very, one thing on Main Beach that we do in different municipalities, I'm big on preventative, big on preventative.
Great.
So it's important.
And then you started telling me about The Purist.
Purist magazine, wow. It is, what an awesome magazine. They have I like their combination of New York culture from the city, and then they also make sure they have local culture. And Christine Como, who is the editor and owner of the magazine, does a fantastic job with that. And of course, her other editors are amazing and are the contributors to the magazine. You know, there's more than one spoke in that wheel. And it's an amazing, and then of course, Jimmy Solomon over at HCNG. He's one of my favorites. He did a great piece. That was this one here with the Channel Islands. You can see my favorite surfboard behind me. And I actually work with Channel Islands, so it's nice to have their stick here. And, oh yeah, there it is.
Yeah.
That was awesome. And Jimmy's very creative. I like his little hometown backdoor slant was awesome.
But you do take your truck every day to the beach, too, right?
Yeah.
So it's very
I'm on the beach every day, yeah. I drive more on the beach, preparing for the ocean rescue and preparing for the beach than anyone. I spend more time on the beach than anybody, any lifeguard or anyone in ocean rescue, so I'm down there all the time.
That's awesome.
So, oh, and by the way, you know, also, too, I got the Star, David Rattray over there. They post this on their on their community website. So if you go to go on their homepage, you'll see this.
No, this is great to know.
You click it, and it goes right to my website that explains how to have a safe day at the beach. So thanks to the East Hampton Star, Dave does a lot. I used to lifeguard with Dave, so and I want to say that on the air here because it's expensive to do that, and they do a pro bono for the safety of the community. So.
Well, I know you're into ocean safety. You're also into snow safety.
Oh, yes.
So talk to us a little about skiing and snowboarding and Aspen and Snowmass.
Well, I decided I've been trying now that I live in the mountains. I live at 9,500 feet. I actually ski down to the runs. That's how high my house is in Snowmass with my kids. So I'm ski in, ski out. Your skill level has to be at a serious level to be a ski patroller. It took me a long time to build it up. So last year I decided to go to the Ski Patrol Academy there down in Glenwood, which was hard. It pushed me because basically you're an EMT and you're on the mountain. And that was hard.
How many hours a day do you do that?
A ski patrol is a hard job. You're up before everyone gets on the mountain. Then you have a meeting, and then you go up on top of the mountain. You check all the runs. You check the conditions. And then at the end of the day, you're fixing ropes all day. It's not as glamorous. You know, everyone sees the ski patrol track, and
no,
man,
it's a serious
my
job.
gloves are on and off, and you're in and out and clipping in and out, and serious injury. Not like ocean rescue. I've never been pushed. 45 years ocean rescue. 1 year of ski patrol, and I could, if I get a full-time or a part-time gig this year, it pushes it to the limit.
Okay.
It pushes you to the limit. It's tough. Ski patrollers are
what are the things that you really that you would say skiers or snowboarders really need to look out for?
On the mountain?
Yeah.
Well, I would say the most thing is where we have is one is check your conditions before you bomb top to bottom.
Okay.
A lot of people go out and they let it out, and there's some surprises that were not there the day before. Okay. Where you go off maybe a feature, or you go down a run that you did all day the day before.
Or you go behind
and they changed it. Yep, and skiing in the. It's an open. Now you got me thinking about that. A lot of it's collision, not being aware of other people on the mountain. Right. Skiing above your ability. Okay. Just because you're skiing black diamonds doesn't mean you're a black diamond skier.
That's right.
So know your ability, know your limit.
Right. So you do ski patrol, do you do snowboard?
Yeah, I'm a snowboard ski patrol. It's
so it's both?
It's both. I snowboard.
Do you ski and snowboard? I mean,
I just snowboard. I surf the mountain all day long.
Okay.
Yeah, I love it. Yeah.
Okay.
I have half a dozen boards. I'm on the mountain every day, usually about 100 to 120 days a year.
That's fabulous.
So it's great. So great one that's got a great mentor program. Eddie Cross out and Brad Benson and Aspen. They're my mentors. They really encouraged me to go in it, and it's been an experience of a lifetime. Like I said, I thought I was kind of full of myself going into the program. Oh, ocean rescue. I've been on 300 rescues. Whoa, I got humbled immediately once I started the program. And it was really good. Amazing, amazing, amazing program. If I ski patrol or not as a job,
Yes.
it's by far one of my best experiences on my bucket list. So and I've had 4 or 5 rescues on the mountain now when I've been off duty. So that was awesome. Even one rescue when I wasn't even on the mountain of all the stuff that they taught me in National Ski Patrol, between collisions and between people blowing their knee out and their back and concussions and seizures. So it's awesome. So I wish I could. I would definitely join the ambulance here if I could, but my certification does not translate to New York. You have to go through the New York program. But I wouldn't a second. We have plenty of ocean rescue people. We have plenty of lifeguards, really, but we need more EMTs out here.
Okay.
And I think if I do ever live here again, I'm going down that road. We need more EMTs.
Yeah. No,
It's
that's
hard,
great.
we don't have enough. It's hard. To be an
So-
EMT, you are the creme de la creme. These guys are
I mean, you're saving people's lives.
they are amazing. And that's
Right.
the training I got on the OEC/EMT training that you get as a ski
It's
patroller.
wonderful that you give back to the community, and
It's all about giving back.
yeah, no, I see
I
that.
spend.
That's-
I remember my girlfriend was just kind of like, man, if you got paid by the hour of all the work you put in ocean rescue,
That's
you wouldn't have-
incredible.
so, but I'm like, no, I love it. I don't need the money. I love what I do.
That's
I
great.
love helping the East Hampton community. What I've done in the East Hampton community is kind of morphed into, the town ocean rescue. They've mimicked a lot of stuff that I've done with the cards and the ads in the paper and the rip current awareness and putting signs up. And that's what it's all about.
Yes.
That's what
right.
it's all about. Toe the rope and other people will follow. So that it's been
Push yourself to the limit, but still be cautious and aware at all times.
bingo.
Right. Okay. And what about Santa Barbara?
Oh gosh, Santa Barbara. I love
Talk to
Santa
me about Santa Barbara.
Santa Barbara, I have some VIB clients out there. I work with Channel Islands Surfboards, which is owned by Burton. I go there and I take care of some of the guys that run the place and the shapers and the people that work there. I do their health and fitness, stretch them out, do a little surfer yoga techniques with them. So I'll do that. I have a couple of VIP clients there that I manage.
Okay.
So that's and then when I'm not with them, I'm out looking around for waves.
Right.
So
Good for
that's
you.
fun.
It's a life of freedom. I mean, I see you.
Born free.
Born
Yeah,
free.
Yeah.
You really take it in. You take in the outdoors. You live outdoors, it seems.
Outdoors is where the action is, man. I love it.
Yeah.
Get outside and play. That's the fountain of youth.
Right. And even if we think about COVID now, and even if you're alone and you're doing the sports, you can take in the fresh air, right?
Well, that was what Avenue Magazine called me up. I don't have it. They did a great piece on me about that, and they were like, you know what? You've always been an outdoor trainer. Everyone
right.
now, all the trainers now are trying to reinvent themselves, and suddenly they're outdoor
Right.
training experts. And like, no, you've done this.
This
Has
been your career.
One of the editors,
You've been an outdoor trainer.
Yeah, one of the editors was a Southampton girl that remembers me from going there. She goes, "You were always like this, man.
Right.
You're just older."
Right.
I was like, "Yeah." So I haven't changed.
And you train all ages, correct?
All ages. I have a lot of kids that come out on the beach workout. We have Family Day on Sunday for the East Hampton community, and people can bring out other kids to the beach workout, and the kids run through the course. I do kid setups for a lot of my clients. The kids love the obstacle course. They can't get enough of it. If they're running by the beach, they'll jump in. I have also a scholar athlete program in Minardi training where any of your offspring, if they're playing on a collegiate team, they train
that's
for
fabulous.
free.
Yes.
So I've had a lot of soccer players, lacrosse players, football players that have
Wow.
come down to Minardi training, get them ready for the season.
That's
And that's all
terrific.
pro bono. If you want to get it on and you want to go in that route, I will sponsor you the workout.
Oh, that's
And
fabulous.
the clients love it. Kind
I'm
of
sure.
adds a
I
lot
mean-
more, but my clients embrace them. It's not like, hey, man, I'm paying for this, and who are these people? No, they're like, bring it in.
Wow.
So it's a community. It's
And
not
it's
about
a like-minded community.
Yes, it's not about me and us. It's
Right.
about all of us and
That's
the
right.
kids, because they're the next generations. That's been really important to me.
Sure.
So
Well,
and I
it's
get a lot
also-
of kids in yoga. That's
Right.
that's the fun of it.
Yeah,
So
no, that's
a
great.
lot of kids like it.
Yeah.
It's playful.
Yeah, it's all good, and
Yeah.
it's all collective energy, if you will.
That's a
I think
good
it's-
word. I like
right?
that.
Collective
Yep.
energy.
That works.
Of inspiring and motivating one another, and right?
Yeah, hey, that's what I do.
That's what you do.
That's what I do. I was supposed to be a history professor, somehow I ended up being a trainer. So, but just by
A great trainer.
One
at
was
that.
the collegiate thing, and somehow it turned into this. So, which is good. Like I said, I never had a plan.
Right.
I'm going to be a trainer.
Right.
I'm going to have the beach workout. I'm going to be a yoga teacher. No, everything just kind of
Evolved
morphed
for
on
you?
its own. Yeah.
Yeah.
Just kind of flow like water, man. Just flowing
Flow.
with it.
Well, you operate from the heart.
But it's been good.
Yeah.
I've had my butt kicked a lot too,
Well.
immensely. So that's
Well,
what
you're gonna challenge
that's
yourself
what
and your body.
Taught
I
me the
mean-
most is getting my culo kicked.
Right. That's right. So, is there anything you might like to share with the audience or with everyone out there about, life or?
Oh gosh,
What
I
is-
don't know what else. That's why we get going. Do we have enough time after
Wait,
that?
right?
I don't know. Okay, what else can we talk about? I
About-
can keep going. I didn't
Right.
know if you were curious about anything else. I'm game. I mean,
Yeah. Well, is there anything else on your bucket list as far as another challenge that you haven't done yet that you might want to do? Or maybe even just touring somewhere, seeing some country or some
Yeah,
spot.
I've traveled so much. I love that. As
Yeah.
a pro athlete, I did go to a lot of very cool places in the country. I lived over in Sweden on and off for about 6 years. That was really cool.
Right.
Been raced for the Brits for a season. That was another exciting thing to see other countries and cultures.
Great.
I didn't buy a beer at once when I was in Britain when I was racing there for the Brits. That was good.
Great.
So,
Well, thank you, Jimmy. It truly was a pleasure having you. It was a pleasure meeting you. And I really do look forward to working out with you next year again and maybe even skiing this winter
that'd be
in
great.
Snowmass.
Yeah.
And I just want to say to everyone, please stay tuned. My next guest will be Arlene Rexon. Arlene is the associate broker for Corcoran Group and the #1 salesperson in real estate out in Amagansett and has been for many years. And she'll talk to us about real estate in the Hamptons and what's happened due to COVID. But thank you all. Thank you, Jimmy.
Anytime.
Thank you, LTV.